Hello, y'all. A little better setup, I think, right now. Hold up. Let me turn off this light that is always back here. Hold on. Fuck. What the hell? We are watching, per request, Fernando Vargas versus Oscar de la Hoya. Let me switch something. Let me turn off this light. Hold on. Can y'all see? Let me zoom in. Hold up. As per usual, we gotta set the shit up, okay? Hello. ¿Qué onda? Can y'all see that shit? I feel like there's a glare. There's a glare, right? Okay, there's no glare or anything. Is that just my screen that looks like there's a glare? Because it looks like there's a glare. But y'all tell me what's up with that. I'm just trying to see that you guys get like a nice, at least clear enough picture. Let me see. No glare or nothing. It's bright. I actually don't even have the remote to that TV anymore, so guess we're gonna have to deal with it. How y'all doing today? I know we're going through it still during the quarantine. The shit sucks. But hey, we saw Fernando Vargas yesterday against, oh my god, Tito Trinidad, and then you guys are like, oh, let's play Fernando Vargas against Oscar. Some people say Oscar versus Tito. Maybe after this we can watch Tito versus Vargas. Tito versus Oscar. How are y'all doing? Let me zoom it in so y'all can see it better. Yeah, so we also have to ask other people because, as you know very well, a lot of people could not give two rats ass about women's boxing. And as much as I love women's boxing, I know a lot of people don't give a fuck. So I don't want to have like an empty chat room because people want to watch something else, you know? Maybe me and you can watch it during Skype or something like that. But let me log into my other phone, see what you guys are saying, because from here I can't read. I don't want, last time you guys were like, why are you so close? Why are you so close to the phone? Can y'all hear me okay, or is that too loud? I don't know if you guys can hear me okay, or I'm too loud. I might just go back to sitting in front of it, just cause I'm annoyed. Crappy cat. I know, I'm pissed off about the whole rent part thing too. Have you watched my channel? Yeah, I love the podcast, the hot boxing podcast that Tyson has, and I love Eminem. As y'all know, I don't know if y'all follow me on Instagram, but I love Eminem. And I don't know if you noticed, but this one's in Spanish. We're watching it in English commentary. This one's in Spanish, just cause just more of a precautionary thing to not get fucking copyrighted, bro. I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't know if I think I said this in the last live or one of the lives, that the reason these motherfuckers were beefing was because apparently Fernando Vargas and Oscar de la Hoya were working out together, running up in Big Bear, training together. And Fernando Vargas fell down. And instead of Oscar helping him, he laughed and he kept going. So then Vargas, ever since that day, apparently hates him. Let me see if I'm going to be able to see them. Now I'm going to have to get close and y'all just going to have to deal with just looking at my eye. But y'all can see it just fine, right? Man, you can see it fine. It's a little bright. You guys are right. It's a little bright. Let me see if I can put the I'm just gonna move closer and y'all can. Big fan advocate of women's boxing. Wish more archive of women's boxing. Yeah, I fucking love women's boxing. It actually irks me when people are like, "Oh, women's boxing ain't shit and it's boring." Like y'all suck. Damn. So there you go. Now my eye and the fight. Yo, this fight was really good too, cause they're both Mexican or Mexican American, whatever the fuck you wanna call it, and people had their favorites strongly. Like they strongly felt about both of these fighters. So either they were really in favor of Fernando or they were really in favor of Oscar. A lot of people said like, oh, this fight, like same thing as you guys were mentioning with Tito and Vargas. They're like, oh, well, maybe if it was one or the other was too green, but I feel like they were both there for a reason. I feel like De La Hoya has gotten a bad rep as a promoter, but as a fighter, like you can't shit on Oscar. Oscar was he fought everybody in their prime. He wanted all the smoke. Hola, still in the game. So I feel like I know a lot of people don't like Oscar, and especially not because of his promotional, endeavors. They don't really like his decisions and shit, or they just don't like him. But as a fighter, he was it. He doesn't get enough credit as a fighter. He fought everybody. He wanted all the smoke. Yeah, a lot of people just don't like him at all either, like, period, as a person. Say what you will about Oscar when he was still fighting, but he's still late. Yeah. He's still late, man. That's why Denise Estrada is, so good with the Golden Boy thing, too, is because she's also a girl from East Los, and she, she's done what she's done in women's boxing. And so had Oscar, they're both from East LA. I think Denise Estrada was supposed to fight tomorrow, on Saturday. If I'm not mistaken, Denise Estrada was also going to fight on Saturday in the undercard for Virgil Ortiz versus Samuel Vargas. I knew it was Vargas. So that's what I'm saying. Like Sanisa, she's from East LA, and she's that bitch. Well, as a man, there's like a lot of like things that he supposedly did that I don't know if they're true or not. Obviously, I wasn't there. But there's, of course, rumors of stuff that he did, supposedly. Estrada Esparza. Damn, dude. Fucking Esparza's cut. Y'all saw that? She was like all right here. It's like worse than Badu Jack's cut. That shit was crazy. I don't know. I feel weird when people get cuts like that. Like they didn't even stop it, and that was a really bad cut. Like I would have stopped that. How did you guys have that fight, by the way? How did you guys have? Because I know a lot of people had Sanisa winning like by big margin, and other people thought that it was way closer than what the judges had it. Like a lot of people thought that it was closer, that Marlene was giving Sanisa some smoke. Oh my god. I don't even hate him for the drugs or cross-dressing, just don't like the guy's attitude. Well, the cross-dressing, no one should hate him for, because that's his fucking business, and what people do in the bedroom is none of our fucking business. It would be homophobic for us to care about that. Like, it's none of my business what the fuck he does, as long as it's consensual, of course, because there's also been things that he's been allegedly doing. People have been accusing him of certain things that are not consensual. So that's where the problem is, when it's not consensual. If he's just literally like if he's the one dressing and it's up to him, then whatever, But that's none of our business. A rank cut on a spot. Yeah, like that's the thing. A lot of people said like by one round, maybe two or three, but I heard the judges. I don't remember. I was really drunk that day. Kovalev versus Canelo. I was drunk as fuck. But apparently people had it way closer than most judges. Hello. This is kind of bright, isn't it? I feel like it's kind of bright. Um, should we maybe zoom it in a little bit more? You think just on the screen? Should we just put the screen? Fuck my face. I don't give a fuck about my face not being on here. Just the screen. That way it's not too bright. What do you guys think? Then we could just talk. Okay, because I guess if you watch it on the computer, it's probably better than if you watch it on someone on your phone. But I'm pretty sure most of us are watching. Most of you guys are watching on the phone. Hello, Lazy Lefty. Y'all should follow Lazy Lefty on Twitter if you have a Twitter. He retweets a lot of funny ass stuff, but also some like stuff for thought, like problematic shit, but just to get reactions. Yeah, I don't know, man. See, Oscar, a lot of people have, again, opinions on him because of his decisions as a promoter or the way he carries himself as a promoter. But as a fighter, he was really good. He cut all the smoke. Everybody got the smoke from him, and he didn't give a fuck about losses. I know, yeah. You wanna come and fix them for me? You wanna come and put them? We're actually on the process of moving, so we're gonna be moving soon. So we don't give a fuck about that. But if you wanna come fix them for me, please, by all means, come fix them for me. We have way more wires under it because we have all the systems and stuff. If I showed you the bottom of that, so many wires. Hello, Hector. No, el negro. Oh, I don't know. That's my mom. Que no tiene pilas. Nomás para ponerle el brightness down. I'm trying to put the brightness down for y'all because maybe if I turn, let me see if turning off these lights will do anything. Did that do anything? Probably not. Did that do anything? That helped, right? Tell me that helped. That helped. But yeah, I really think Pacquiao could still beat Mikey Garcia. Like, I know people love Mikey Garcia, and I know people are on the Mikey Garcia high right now because of how he took care of Vargas, but yeah. Okay, so I got the remote. Let's see if I could change the brightness. Actually, I don't know how. Y'all have no idea how dumb I am when it comes to technology and shit like that. Like, you guys have no idea. So, you know what? For the next live, I'm just gonna do this off camera and then go live. So it's not bright for y'all, because I feel like it's bright. But I have no idea. There's all these buttons on here I've never pressed before. What do you think about Ruiz money got 10? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty annoying about Andy Ruiz because calzoncillo azul. There you go. Pues interesante porque ese último creo que se recuperó bien Vargas. Yo tengo dos para Vargas y uno para Oscar, pero vuelvo a reiterar. Did that even make a difference? I feel like that's not even doing it. Que habrá de depender mucho de lo que su físico aguante, de lo que sea capaz de ir progresando también para buscar con su estilo ofensivo esa mano que pueda derrotar por la vía rápida a Oscar de la Hoya. Did that help? I feel like that helped, right? Tell me that helped. Tell me that helped, please. Yay, y'all. Thank you, Mom, for helping me. So instead, I'm going to move back a little bit. And luckily, I do have the comments now on my son's phone. And I'm going to read them through the phone. That way, I'm not, like, in your fucking face. All right. I got the comments on here. So yeah, Andy Ruiz, hell yeah, the money got to him, and it fucking honestly hurt my fucking feelings, because I don't. I mentioned this in the previous lives. I would see Andy at least like twice a week, because he would train out of Legends Boxing in Norwalk, which was the gym that I frequented the most when it was around, because that gym closed as well before the coronavirus mess. That gym closed down. But I really liked Andy. I knew Andy since he was with Abel Sanchez. I knew Andy since he was like on Top Rank. And Top Rank was not taking care of Andy. He was fighting in like Fresno cards in like the second bout. Like they did not give a fuck about Andy. And then the last fight he fought with Top Rank was in the undercard of Oscar Valdez versus Scott Quigg. And same thing. They put him like the third bout of that card. Damn. And no one really saw, like nobody was really paying attention to him, because he was fighting literally while people were barely showing up or still getting fucking crossfaded in the parking lot, tailgates. Like they were not taking care of Andy. So honestly, when he moved to PBC, I'm like, okay, at least as a heavyweight, he can get better fights there with the other heavyweights. But it irked me that like after the whole Joshua, he actually messaged me on Instagram, and he's like, "Hey, please, please, please repost this." And it was just a graphic that he put to, because he wanted to fight AJ, and AJ, that's when Baby Miller had gotten popped for like a whole fucking pharmacy list of shit, and then he was about to fight Deryatrechenko or something like that, some German dude I think it was. And he was supposed to fight that guy, but he wanted to fight AJ in the next, 3 months or whatever. And he's like, hey, he messaged me on Instagram. He's like, can you please post this, bro? Like, please, please, please. Like, I really want to get Eddie Hearns to give me the fight. I'm like, yeah, no worries, dude. I got you. So I posted it for him. And I was surprised when they actually gave him the call. Like, I was like, bro, like, they actually gave you the fight. And, everybody in the gym was stoked. But I never thought he was going to win. Like, I was happy for him, because I'm like, that's a good payday, But I'm like, yeah, he's not gonna win. I did bet my friend $100 just because I'm like, watch, he's gonna put on a better fight. I'm like, he's gonna put on a better fight than anybody else, because I think he beat Parker. He fought Parker and he lost in the scorecards, but they were in New Zealand, and I honestly thought that he won. So I'm like, watch, he's gonna put on a better fight the Parker date. I'm like, it's gonna be a good fight. People never believe me, and so I'm like, watch, me being drunk as fuck with my friend, I'll bet you $100 that he beats AJ, and they're like, okay. And in my head, I'm like, fuck, I'm dumb. Like, why am I betting? Now I wish I would have bet those $100 to a casino and shit, because I would have made like $3,000 out of those $100. But anyway, to answer your question, yes, it pissed me off, because I feel like it's a huge responsibility for you to be the first heavyweight Mexican champion, and then just like disregard your people like that, because he had everybody's support, like everybody's support after that, and for you to just have that big of a flop, I was not with it. I did not like it. I thought it was fucked up. I thought it was corny. So I'm really not happy with him. I do hope that he stops fucking posting about the CBD and his cars and shit, and he just was more open about, hey, let me take care of business. Like, I would love to see him against Ortiz, against the guy, the little fat kid that just lost. What was his name? Milwaukee. I would love to see him against that. Young 21-year-old girl in the UK passed today. No underlying health conditions either. Tragic. What? A 21-year-old passed with coronavirus? No respiratory problems or nothing? That's scary. I've been staying inside. I'm gonna tell y'all that much. You remember the fight with Danny Garcia versus British fighter? Good scrap. Danny lost that one. What British fighter? Danny Garcia lost to Herrera, in my opinion. But Danny lost to Mauricio Herrera. What are you talking about? What are y'all talking about? British fighter. Because he knocked the fuck out of American. Sorry, I'm way behind the comments. And now Oscar and Fernando are best friends. I wouldn't call them best friends, but they like each other, And the fight happens between Andy and Luis Ortiz. I got Andy. I don't know if I got Andy against winning against Ortiz. Ortiz, his only losses are to Wilder, and he was beating him before getting knocked the fuck out with his fucking equalizer, that goddamn right hand. So if it's the same Andy from the AJ fight, previous fight, I would have Ortiz winning, actually. Oh, actually, Theophane is from the UK? Yo, I was today years old when I found out Ashley Theophane was British. I had no fucking clue. Even when he fought Broner, I didn't even realize that he was British. What the fuck? How did I not know that? You learn something new every day because honestly, I didn't even know Ashley Theophane was British. That's wow. Let me see. That's, oh my god. Damn, I am way behind the comments. I think Andy won't be the same. Yeah, I mean, I felt like that's what it made me feel disrespectful as fuck from Andy. That it's like, okay, he was obviously in it more for the money and the way that's like, whatever, win or lose, my paycheck is still there. And I feel like he splurged with the first fight's check because he's like, okay, I got the first fight check and then I'm gonna still get a second paycheck, so I'm just gonna spend this one and then I'll be smart with the second one, you know? Some little girl's calling my fucking son's phone. But yeah, like I honestly feel like he was like, whatever, like I got the bag secured anyway, no matter how I look at my performance. So honestly, like there were so many people hoping that at least he put on a good fight. Fuck it, if he would lose, whatever. It's heavyweights, like anything can happen, and we saw that with Fury and Wilder. But he didn't even give it a good shot. Like he lost before he even stepped on that scale. Yeah, I think AJ definitely underestimated Andy. Like hell underestimated him. But hey, Andy, I don't want to take anything away from him because again, in my opinion, he beat Josh Parker. So in my opinion, Andy should have been the first Mexican heavyweight champion anyway. Back when he fought Josh Parker. His name is Josh, right? I don't remember. Parker, and he won. In my opinion, he won that fight against Parker, but they gave it to Parker because they were in New Zealand. Right? Andy's still popular because of the things he did. Well, yeah, I mean, Andy made history regardless. Andy fucking made history. So, doesn't even matter what the fuck he does at this point. Because that history, that's probably one of the biggest upsets in history. Oscar's friendly with Fernando because he wants to sign his son Emiliano. Dude, Oscar needs to sign somebody else that's, like, good. Because we know Canelo and them been having tension. They had tension with Ryan, but Ryan, you know, he got that lucrative deal, so he's fine. But it's like if Canelo leaves, like, are they just gonna have Brian and honestly Virgil Ortiz? Like who? I don't know. Joseph, not Josh. Joseph. Thank you for that, Dominic. My favorite female boxer is probably going to be Franchon Cruz. I've always loved her, but not only because she's like a fun, you know, a lot of people want to say, oh, you know, Clarissa Shields is better than Franchon Cruz. Well, yeah, Franchon Cruz's first defeat was actually her pro debut because it was against Clarissa Shields. It wasn't the undercard of Kovalev versus Ward, the first one. I was there and I'm like, man, Clarissa Shields is just gonna destroy this poor girl. And they were both out of the Olympics. And honestly, I still fucked with her really hard because even though Clarissa just beat her, I loved her style. And I think Clarissa is like a fucking, you know, GOAT. Like her skills are crazy. But I would much rather watch a Franchon Cruz fight than watch a Clarissa Shields fight. And this is messed up. I mean, I watch them both. But if I had to choose, I would definitely choose Franchon Cruz Dezern to watch her fight before I watch any of Clarissa Shields. And that's just because I like their style better. But also, Franchon Cruz does so much outside the ring. Like, she's an activist. She does a lot of cool shit. So I really do fuck with her outside the ring. But I also like Denise Estrada. I like Katie Taylor, but I do think again she lost the last fight. So I like Katie Taylor too. Michaela Myers, she's cool, but she says a bunch of dumb shit on Twitter that I don't like. That Parker fight was very close to be fair, but I could have been. I had Andy winning, but shit, I don't know. Andy can beat any top heavyweight on given night. Yeah, that's the thing, Lazy, that now I feel like, and I think I tweeted this before, Andy Ruiz, we're going to have the same conflict we have with Adrian Broner, because now we know Adrian Broner not going to do that thing anymore. But that's the same thing we would say about Broner, especially when he was fighting Mikey, when he was fighting, like, oh well, if we get a focused Broner, a Broner who trained, he's good. And I feel like that's what we're gonna keep saying about Andy Ruiz now. Well, if he's focused and he trained properly, then he'll be good. But do we actually know? I don't know. I hope he does. I hope he gets a comeback. You know, I hope he looks good and he learned his lesson, or he's gonna keep selling CBD oil. I mean, no, I have to disagree with you, Dan. I do think Andy can beat AJ. He beat him the first time, and yes, it's because a lot of people can say, oh, it's because AJ underestimated him, but he beat him. He beat him, and it was his quickness, his speed, and his combinations that bothered Joshua, besides that equilibrium shot. So I do think. What do you mean, no version of Andy beats him? That same version of the first time beats him. Because there's a reason why AJ maintained his distance through the jab and he didn't choose to entertain and engage with Andy, regardless of Andy being fat like as heck. Because even when the few, I think it was like twice that Andy actually like launched at him and got him, AJ was like flinching and she was like, ah, like he was so. Don't tell me that because yes, he can because he did it already. But I don't think he'll get the third fight with AJ. Yeah, I don't think Dominic. I don't think he'll be with him. Yeah, Franchon Cruz and Clarissa Shields. I love their interactions on Twitter. They're so wholesome. They're always like they always got each other's back. I think my favorite interaction between Clarissa Shields and Franchon Cruz is there on Twitter. I think Franchon Cruz tweeted something like in French. She said something in French, and Clarissa Shields replied, "You're speaking Spanish now?" And fuck, like French Uncle, she's like, it's French, and it was hilarious because I think it was like a French word that most of us already know what it is. But but Clarissa Shields was like, "Oh, French Uncle, you're speaking Spanish now," and I'm like, "Oh my god, like this is French." But it was fucking hilarious. Like I love them both. That version of ages that ran for. I don't like calling boxing running. I never like when people say shit like that. Like, oh, they ran. Like, I don't think he ran. I think he fought. I'm not gonna give AJ shit for fighting the fight he needed to fight to win. He needed to win and he needed to become champion again. It doesn't matter if it was boring for everybody else. He needed his belt back, and that was that. And I'm not gonna give him shit for fighting the fight he needed to fight to beat Andy. Because yeah, again, Andy was a fatty, but it could have been still dangerous. It could have still been dangerous for AJ to exchange with him, especially at close distance, because Andy has so much more speed, and his combinations are much sharper. And because of his speed, it can trouble Joshua even if he tried to just jab at short distance. Like I think he still took precautions. So it's not like he just came in like whatever, I'm gonna beat him. Like no, he still took precautions. AJ bugs the tortas out of Andy in the second fight. The tacos, because remember he was eating tacos at the Chivas Stadium? I remember when that came out, when Andy was eating tacos in Guadalajara, because remember, according to Manny Robles, they went to Guadalajara to get away from all the distractions here, to get away from anybody trying to like sabotage Andy and like invite him places. But then it got worse in Mexico because all the politicians were calling him like, hey, come party with us, or all the soccer stadiums, hey, come to our stadium and be, to give them like promotion and popularity, but also to be like, oh my god, Andy Ruiz is here, oh my god. So it turned out even worse for them to go to Guadalajara. But I remember that Chivas game where literally Andy's like eating fucking tacos, and the camera's getting him like shoveling tacos on his throat, and that was not a good look for him because he was supposed to be training. Clarissa is unapologetic herself. Yes, thank you, Dominic. I love Clarissa Shields' attitude. And I don't know why people can't stand it. They're like, oh, she's cocky. Like, there's so many male boxers, or just male athletes in general, who are confident and are cocky, and they don't get the same hate that Clarissa Shields gets. And I'm just gonna say this once because this is a boxing channel, and I'm not trying to like go there with people, but it's because she's a woman and because she's black. Like, people can't have women try to be confident, and people can't have black women or black anyone. be confident. Look at Michaela Meyer. People love her, and she's pretty fucking confident in herself too, and she's pretty cocky. No one says shit. No one questions it. When a black woman does it, don't do that. Look at, and that's just in sports in general. Because remember, Serena Williams, when she lost that fight and she got super emotional, people are like, "Look at this crazy ass bitch! Like that bitch is crazy, getting emotional, like typical woman, emotional, typical black woman, loud." But men, I watch baseball all the time, and dudes literally, when they get angry, they go into the fucking dugout and fuck everything up. So it's, see what I mean? Like it's a difference. But that's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to get in fights with people with this. Nobody says let's go back and watch. Oh no, no, I would never watch. My friend actually, she got the Zone that month just for the Clash in the Dunes. It was called Clash in the Dunes, and she paid $20, and she's like always broke. So she's like, yo, she's like, I can't miss this fight, and I can't find the stream, like a reliable stream. She's like, I'm just gonna pay $20 and get the Zone for the month, just so I can watch this fight. And it was boring as fuck. So after I just like, I swear to God, I Venmoed her $20, and I'm like, here's the $20 you spent on this crap. Like, I'm sorry. Yeah, there you go, lazy lefty. You can't be all three at the same time. People are not having it, and that's what I love about Clarissa. Like she's like Dominic said, she's unapologetic. Like she should be. Like, hey, I know who the fuck I am, and let's be honest. Maybe you guys don't think her fights are entertaining, but I don't see anybody beating Clarissa. She is the best. Like she is the best. Obviously we can't put her in the lower weight classes. I would love to see her against Cecilia Baracus, but I don't think Cecilia Baracus would do that because I think Clarissa would. It would have to be like a 160, and I don't know if Baracus would want to go to 160, even though she was at 154. I think 147 too. I don't know if she would go up that high, 168 or something. I don't know, but I would love to see that, but it's not gonna happen. Or I don't know. I don't know, but Clarissa Elena, a lot of people don't like her, but she's unapologetic and she is who she is. I mean, I think I enjoyed the Mayweather Canelo fight just because like I was like telling my family like I don't know why y'all think Canelo's gonna win. Like only casuals thought Canelo's gonna win in my family, not me and my dad. Like we knew. Like it was really stupid in my opinion for Canelo to take that fight to begin with. But I don't blame him because he learned a lot at the end of the day. You know, like, yes, Mayweather took him to school. But what do you go to school for? To learn. And he did learn a whole fucking bunch, and he grew a lot from that fight. So I don't think he regrets taking that fight, but that was a really dumb decision to take that fight. And I also don't know why, like, people who love Mayweather, like, really, like, fanatics. I like Mayweather, but, like, fanatics, they're always bringing up, oh, well, Mayweather schooled Canelo. And I'm like, yeah, but Canelo was like 23. You know, so it's like, I feel like you guys can highlight so many things from Floyd, especially like at 135. Like, you can just mention all the cool shit Floyd did, but y'all choose always to, oh, look, he beat Canelo just because Canelo is the biggest star in boxing right now, right? So it's like, they think that's like, oh my god, look, the biggest star in boxing? Well, Mayweather beat him. Yeah, but Canelo's pretty green. Do I think Canelo beats Mayweather right now? Probably not. But my point is that like I don't think that's such a. My point is Mayweather has done better shit in his career to brag about, for his fans to brag about, than beating Canelo at 23 years old. You know, like I don't think that was it in my opinion. What the fuck? Se está yendo la luz. Or what the fuck? Yeah, where are you from? Mayweather versus Canelo, where he's at now, KO. Nah, I don't think Canelo beats Mayweather like KO. Unless it's like, I don't know. I guess we would have to see it. But I don't think, I don't know. Mayweather's old and he hasn't fought other than, you know, the fucking, what's it called? The exhibition matches. Yeah. That's what I liked about that card. They did 3-minute rounds. Why the fuck is this shit going bright? They did 3-minute rounds, and I like that shit a lot. And a lot of people wonder, like, oh, why don't they do 3-minute rounds? And I think that WBC has like a women's program thing where they're saying that because women have like more of a bigger chance to be harmed during exchanges, and they have more probability of getting like long-term effects from trauma to the head. But I don't know. I like that shit. Yeah, Canelo learned a lot. Barrico's always been at 147, and Shields last fight was at 154, so it could happen. But I think, yeah, Barrico versus Taylor is a way better fight. Taylor versus Serrano is a good fight. Katie Taylor is cool with me. I really like her. She reminds me of a girl before. Let me see. Oh my god, I cannot fucking get the comments on here. He cherry picked with him, but it was a great boxing fight. I don't think that was a cherry pick. I think Canelo wanted that fight. I think that was more Oscar pushing Canelo. You know, didn't Oscar say like, "Oh, my fighter has a blueprint to beat you," and then Mayweather's like, "What blueprint? You didn't even beat me, so how could you give him a blueprint when you lost?" You know, which I thought that shit was funny. But I don't know. I honestly think that yes, I like Canelo and I like Mayweather, but again, Mayweather has so much cool shit he's done in his career for people, his fans, to bring up beating Canelo. Like, to me, that was a given. I feel like anybody who thought Canelo would win was like a fucking casual, no offense, but like how? Like, no. Is there any science behind that, or just something that I don't know? I'm gonna do some research because I don't know, but I remember them saying something like that. I remember the WBC saying something like that. That because women are more prone to getting long-term effects from like long-term injuries, you know. And I don't know if that's true. There might be some biological and some just legit reasons for that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some research. Don't forget Floyd took advantage of his A-side status too. Canelo was wagering. Yeah, see, there's a lot of factors, and again, people hate Canelo so much that they want to say, oh, well, Canelo always has those asterisks next to the people he beat in his resume, but most fighters do. Look at Cotto. We were discussing Cotto the other day. Cotto, in my opinion, fought everybody. He fought everybody and at their prime. Maybe he lost some fights to the elites, but he still did his fucking thing, right? But when he was winning more, especially with Freddie Roach, when he fought DeGale, was it DeGale? That's his name, right? At middleweight. DeGale was fucking drained as fuck too. He was weight drained. And it's like, well, yeah, like that's what he did. Same with Maravilla. Maravilla was basically crippled. I to this day I cannot watch that fight. That shit makes me so sad. Any punch, Maravilla would go down, and it hurt my feelings. Like, I swear to God, I have not yet watched that fight again, ever. Like, I can't even watch highlights. It makes me sad. So it's like, all these fighters have people that they beat that you can definitely put excuses, valid excuses, next to them. Or not excuses, but just observations and just things that we can say, well, what if this wouldn't have happened? I don't like what ifs, but they are there. Yes! Oh my god, Lazy Lefty. That was my favorite fucking thing about that fight. That Oscar wasn't even there. Look at this motherfucker. Oscar wasn't even there, and I'm like, bro, he went to rehab, and no offense, I also felt like he knew he couldn't take being there for Canelo to lose, in my opinion. Like, for his fighter to lose against his, rival, who is a fucking son of his former trainer, like, I don't think he would have been able to take that in person. But that, oh my god, I completely forgot about that when he was like, he enrolled himself in rehab, like, the day before the fight or something like that. I'm gonna say something controversial, but I felt Cotto beat Canelo. That is pretty controversial. Only you and Cotto think he beat Canelo. I remember he left right after, like, he didn't want to get interviewed. I didn't like that very much. And then he went to Puerto Rico and he was like in a radio show talking about he won. I don't think he won. It was a good fight. I don't know why Canelo didn't knock him out. A lot of people say out of respect. I don't think so. I think just Canelo literally he's not a knockout guy. Canelo, a lot of fans think Canelo's like, oh, a knockout guy. He's not really a knockout guy. Like, he doesn't have that knockout power. He tires you, and maybe in the later rounds he'll get like a huge knockout. I think because of the Kirkland KO and stuff like that. But he's not a knockout artist. So I don't know. I feel like he didn't knock out Cotto because he couldn't. Straight up. Cotto still has that footwork. I was really disappointed in both of them in that fight because I wanted Cotto to set up that beautiful left hook, and he didn't much. Like I didn't really see that beautiful left hook from Cotto that much. And with Canelo, I felt like he was lazy in it. I felt like Canelo against Cotto, like he's like, I'm gonna cruise my way by. Like he was not, in my opinion, he didn't look hungry for the victory. He didn't like had any sense of urgency to look better than Cotto. But in my opinion, I felt like that fight made me start observing Canelo's defense because Canelo had really good defense and waist movement and head movement coming into that fight with Cotto, and I felt like that's when I started noticing, like, like he's actually doing pretty well. He's not like his usual flat-footed self that people love to say he was. So I don't think, I don't, damn.